for an 18-year-old, I go from being sitting in classrooms to being a multi-millionaire a month later.
Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome back to our channel. Every year, players that are a part of major sporting events of the world pull in new record-breaking deals. But not all athletes have the same faith. How much a player earns to a surprising degree depends on the league they play in. The NFL, for example, has some of the flashiest contracts in 2019, but if you look at the averages, the league doesn't pay the players as much as a regular NBA player earns. Here is why NBA players get paid more than any other athlete. To give you a perspective, an average NBA player earns $7.9 million in salary, while this number stays under $5 million for the MLB or NFL, for example. Although the two leagues earn more than NBA during a regular season, the players that play for them are not paid as much. To understand why this happens, we must examine a few factors starting from the overall league structure. The NBA has 30 teams in the league that play 82 games each in a regular season, totaling up to 1,230 games in a year. The NFL has the least number of games per season, but employs the greatest number of players, which reduces the amount each player receives when divided among teams. The same case is with MLB, but the NBA has 15 players on the active roster with 30 teams, which gives each player a good chunk of the total money when it is divided between league teams.
The best paying job in the sports world is an NBA player.
Besides the guaranteed contract, the NBA introduced a Supermax contract to the league that helped teams retain all league players in the team and keep them from moving to winning teams. Under this contract, the player is paid 35% of the salary cap, which is bound to increase by 8% every year. Steve Curry and James Harden are 2 out of the 6 NBA players to currently hold this deal. As much as this is a financial burden on the team, it's also profitable given the star players are an asset that can help the team win the season. One of the biggest reasons NBA players get paid more than their peers in the NFL or MLB is because they sign several deals off the court that are other than their team contract. These include sponsorship and endorsement deals. In 2018, 3 out of the top 8 athletes in the world with the highest earning from endorsement deals were NBA players. No one from the list from the NFL or MLB. These off-court contracts are huge for NBA stars. It allows them to make a steady flow of cash outside of their guaranteed contract with the league. They are at liberty to sign these deals with any company, and the best part is, these can be immensely profitable well after the player retires. Take Shaq O'Neal for example. He retired from the NBA in 2011, but has been able to sign multi-million-dollar deals since then as well. These brand endorsements tend to favor NBA athletes because basketball has more of an international reach than baseball and American football.
Introducing the 10 Mini.
They also have a huge fan following on social media. To give you a perspective, here's a comparison between an MLB and NBA player. Mike Trout from the MLB has the highest paying contract in baseball with over $426 million over 12 years plus $2.5 million in endorsement deals. Kevin Durant from the NBA, on the other hand, has signed multiple deals with brands that provide him a consistent source of income. Besides the 4-year, $164 million contract with the Nets, for example, KD signed a $300 million deal with Nike in 2014, which is way more than what Trout has pulled in his entire career. If this wasn't enough, let's take into account the MVP, LeBron James. James signed an endorsement deal with Nike in 2016 that has the potential to pay him as much as $1 billion during the course of his lifetime contract with the company. He earns $32 million a year from this sneaker deal alone. These alone give us a picture of the wealth NBA players are able to amass. Do give us your thoughts on all of these in the comments section down below.